Donald Trump once again traveled to Wisconsin this week to hold a rally that, well, basically from the start of it was completely incoherent. It was low energy, and it kind of shows us that Uncle Donald is off his meds again and going a little bit crazier than usual. So we've put together this supercut of some of the most weird and completely ridiculous things that Donald Trump said in that rally in Wisconsin this week. So take a look at this yourself and tell me if these sound like the words of a man with a completely fully functioning brain. Here it is.
And again, we have more of it. We don't even use it. We don't even go for it. They don't let us take it out environmentally, they spend all their time and energy on the Green New Scam. Do you ever know, though, they don't talk about that anymore? When was the last time you heard about the Green New Scam? They don't talk about it. You know why? Because it doesn't work. They wanted $93 trillion. The ultimate plan was $93 trillion. They wanted to rip down all the buildings in Manhattan, those gorgeous buildings with those big, beautiful windows, and they wanted to rebuild them without windows, because without windows is more energy efficient. Tell somebody you're going to take 40,000 feet of office space, but you have no windows. This is what they want. These people are crazy. They're crazy. Take a look at some of them are actually, you got to see the bathrooms that they project for people. I can't talk to you about it because it's so gross. But basically, water-free bathrooms. Water-free. No water. This is not good. But these people are crazy. But everywhere else, you can't do it. Remember their promise to, the education was going to get rid of the student loans? That didn't work out too well. And for the students out there, you didn't get it. They talked about it for 3 years. They didn't get it. And just a wasted promise. I just hope everyone knows you're not getting it, because they never got it. They said they were going to get it, but I get what we want. I get 100% of what we want instead of rates. And that was a coup. Would you say, Scott, that was a coup? If Scott Walker says it was a coup, Tommy, I say it was a coup, okay? But it was a coup. It was terrible, and nobody's ever seen anything like it. And we're doing great in the polls. They just came out with new ones. Rasmussen, we're really good. I mean, it took a little honeymoon. For 4 weeks you did nothing but hear about. She went from being the worst vice president in history. He's the worst president in history. It's the worst administration by far in the history of our country. Look at our border, where people are pouring in, and they're criminals and they're murderers and drug dealers. Look at what they've done. And then she goes, by the way, isn't it nice to have a guy that doesn't need teleprompters to tell this stuff? Thank you. I'm going through all these names, and it's not part of my thing. I'm going through all these names. You think Biden could do that? I don't think so. He can't. And I didn't do the rage. They want to do, and they're going to do, no doubt about it, a big an increase in age and wage, because what that means is you're going to go way up in terms of when you qualify. We will make America powerful again, wealthy again, healthy again, strong again, proud again, safe again, free again, and we will make America great again. Thank you very much, Wisconsin. Thank you very much. Thank you. Was once in your shoes. I said I was down and out with the blues.
Honestly, I don't even know where to start. I mean, so much just insanity. Like, that's not even word salad. Like, that's the lettuce and garbage they throw away at the end of the night that couldn't even make it into a salad. But let's do our best here. First and foremost, right, the bathrooms with no water, because that's certainly a thing, right, that Democrats have suggested. No, these are the rantings of a lunatic who for some reason is obsessed with toilets. For years now, Donald Trump has been telling us that you gotta flush the toilet 10, 15, 20 times, which of course sounds more like a personal problem for him than anything else. But no, Democrats have never, anywhere, at any point, advocated for one, tearing down all of the buildings in Manhattan. Like, just level all of New York City, right? Never happened. buildings with no windows. Really? The people that want to conserve energy would actually want more windows because then it could let in more natural light. So just on premise alone, your claim is just totally bonkers. And of course, they don't want to level the city and rebuild everything. That would cost probably trillions of dollars. But nobody has ever suggested bathrooms with no water. That's not even a bathroom at that point. That's just a room. A powder room, I guess you'd call it. But no, those are the rantings of a madman who definitely needs to be medicated. And then, of course, there was that clip in there where he couldn't even say the word age. It's like the age and wage. Because, it goes to, like, totally tried to play it off. Like, I was trying to say age, but I said wage. So now I have to include the word wage because I couldn't pronounce a 3-letter word, age. It's one syllable, and he couldn't get it out of his mouth. And then, of course, teleprompters, right? Isn't it nice that you got a guy up there that doesn't need teleprompters, as a teleprompter is literally visible right here? Like, he's reading off a teleprompter about how he doesn't need a teleprompter. It is visible in the shot. Oh my God. And then probably one of the worst parts is when he starts mocking the college students, right? Like, oh, they said they were going to cancel your student loans. How'd that go? You still owe money that is preventing you from buying a house and starting a family and doing all these great things. So poor college students. Like, what an a-hole. I mean, seriously, like, that's the only thing I can say is, like, what an extraordinary a-hole. And for the record, on the student loan thing, the Biden administration doesn't get enough credit for this at all, because tens of thousands of people in this country have had their student loans forgiven, either fully or partially, but they have. Now, the rest of it, of course, has been tied up in the courts, and the conservative Supreme Court that Donald Trump actually put in power, they are the ones preventing the full student loan debt forgiveness plan from going into action. So Trump out there is mocking these students for something he did while trying to claim that Biden is a failure and a liar because he totally didn't get it done. But he didn't get it done because of the activists in black robes that you put on that Supreme Court. So if you're going to tell the story, Donald, you got to tell the whole thing. You can't just take clips and bits and pieces of it here and there. You got to explain to those people why it's not happening. And the why, of course, is because of you. Now, unfortunately for the American public, this speech took place on Tuesday. Tuesday evening, of course, we had the vice presidential debate. So all of that insanity that you saw in that supercut that we put together there, just totally overlooked by the media. They don't care. We got to talk about the debate. Oh, we got to do this. We got to do that. We've got turmoil in the Middle East, which, yes, does need to be discussed. But this man is running for president. This man cannot string 2 coherent sentences together back to back. And if he does, it's only because he repeated the first coherent sentence a second time. There is something clinically wrong with him. And that is what the media should be focused on. There's not a whole hell of a lot to report on the debate, to be honest. But this speech in Wisconsin showing cognitive decline, like literally cognitively declining before our eyes. I don't know about you, but I kind of feel like that should be headline news for every media outlet in this country for the rest of this week. Hi, everyone. This here is little Athena, and Athena would like to know why you haven't subscribed to Fair and Balanced yet. So please, don't let Athena down. Subscribe today.